Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Rusty Rose Gravel and welcome to the borders today. We're between Moffat and Selkirk for a 45km loop of some epic borders hill climbing, I think. Our ride today starts between St Mary's Loch and Loch of the Lowes by the James Hogg Memorial. I plan to cycle down the edge of the Loch of the Lowes and up the Chapel Hope Burn and across the Shiel Hope Steeps towards Megget Reservoir. Once we've had a look at the reservoir, it's up again over Foul Brig into Manor Valley, around Wood Hill and up towards Glenrath into Glenrath Heights. We will leave the heights via Slate Clew and down to Dryhope Tower on the Southern Uplands Way. From the tower, we stay on the Southern Uplands Way along the southern side of Loch Mary's Loch and back to James Hogg Memorial to complete the loop. So there is actually a cafe here as well, so I'm hoping for a quick cafe stop at the end of the ride if it's open. That should be quite nice. But what about this guy? What about James Hogg? What's he all about? Well, James Hogg lived from 1770 to the 21st of November 1835. He's commonly referred to as the Ettrick Shepherd. He was a poet and novelist who wrote in both Scots and English and who became one of the most unlikely literary figures ever to emerge from Scotland. So it's a short ride today, only 45 or so kilometres, but it has got 1100 metres of climbing. So it's going to be a punchy ride, I think. We're also taking a bit of a gamble with the weather today. It's kind of on-off rain, so I'm not sure what's in store for me today. So let's leave old James Hogg here and let's get on with the ride. Well then, this little valley, it goes up pretty quick, pretty fast. And now, I'm going up that little hill. Definitely going to be pushing up there, I think. Views back down the valley though, pretty awesome. I like this. Nice and quiet, a bit windy, but nice and quiet, nice and relaxed. Just need to get that hill out of the way. I still maintain that the climbs in the borders are some of the toughest you can do on gravel in Scotland. It's just insane where they take these tracks. Straight up a hill, no bother, right up the side. Yeah, go for it. Look at that though, that's where we started, down there. Down by that little lodge. I think we've only climbed a couple of 100 meters, but it's in like a tiny fraction of horizontal distance. So it's felt pretty brutal and it's been pretty rough. Oh, borders, your climbs. I don't know if you can hear this. It is very windy up here, too windy for a drone. But we made it over the first pass from the Yarrow Valley. Now we're looking over the Megget Reservoir. Ooh, I think, can you see that track up there? I think that's where we're going. I'm already ready to class this as a 5 out of 5 for difficulty. Not an easy route at all. Oh, well, you gravelly friends, that descent was amazing. Oh, that climb up was very tough. 5 out of 5 toughness, descent 5 out of 5 fun factor. Brilliant, absolutely loved that one. Oh wow, bit too windy for drone. Frank, I'm going to call him Frank. Bit too windy for old Frank. He didn't like to be up there, so I'd only got the camera shots from the head. Hope it shows enough. Anyway, Megget Reservoir. And I couldn't pass it without giving you some reservoir facts. Largest earth dam in Scotland. That is right there. Look at that. Bask in the glory of that earth dam. Monster. There we go. Feeds Gladhouse and a reservoir in the Pentlands. All the way to Edinburgh this reservoir goes. Pretty cool. Look at that view as well. Oh, this is so good. I think that's enough reservoirs. Let's climb the next hill and go over to the next valley. Another tough climb from the reservoir. Bumpy, quite boggy in places, pretty steep in other places. Alright, I think we're up and over. That's Manor Valley over there, I think, with Manor Water going through it. There's no King of the Mountain prizes for me going up there. That was just slow and steady. But actually it was quite doable. Not as bad as the first valley climb. This one was definitely nicer of the two so far. I think though, we'll quickly put Frank in the air, see what he can see, and then we'll get our way down this lovely looking descent. Let's go. Well then, that was an adventurous descent, dare I say it. Probably needed like a mountain bike hardtail. Front suspension would have been nice, I think. A few times I nearly went over the handlebars because there's just no give. It's bounced straight back up. But we're down indeed. A bit boggy, a bit hard to see. Probably not a gravel bike descent, but we did it. We got down. You've got to have a challenge every now and then, haven't you? Right, now we're just going to finish off this Manor Valley, straight down there onto the road or the track, down to the bottom and round the hill. Turns out the rocks in that crossing there are very slippery. I hadn't quite anticipated how slippery they were. So we're in Glenrath now, just bimbling up this track. Somewhere up there is a horrendous climb, the bit I was expecting to hike a bike on. So I'm looking forward to that. We went around Wood Hill, or Macbeth's Castle. Lots of archaeology around here for archaeology buffs. There's some settlements from Roman times, maybe even before Roman times. Can't see any today though. I'm just seeing sheep, rain and tracks. That road section through the Manor Valley, that was nice. nice and smooth, nice and fast. It's nice to have a little rest actually after all the bumps and the crashing and the falling off. So I quite enjoyed that bit actually. So yeah, gravel bike redeemed itself there, I think. That was nice. Cool, okay, let's go and see if we can find this horrendous hikey bike section. So I think if you see those zigzags coming down that ridge there, that's the mountain bike descent. We're not going up that, we're going to go along the track down the bottom. Just along there and up into that valley, I think. Oh, that's going to be a tough climb.
I've got dreams on my gravestone, no flowers to be found.
So I've cycled as far as here, run out of steam now though, just got a little bit too steep for me. It's a good track, well laned track. Just saw a guy on a quad come by, so it's definitely used. So I'm not worried about it in terms of the quality, I'm just worried about the gradients. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the Dreghorn drop in the Pentlands. If any of you guys have done that, this is very similar to that sort of climb there. Oh, my little old Bontrager gravel shoes might finally be giving up the ghost now. I've been using them continuously for 2.5 years, something like that, and finally they're starting to wear through on the heels. Oh, great shoes though. Might get another pair of them, I think. Right. More walking. Alright, we're up. We're up and over. That was horrible. Let's get off this windy hill. Had my chain come off. Never had that happen before on this GRX system. I was going down into my fastest cog and I guess I just did a bump at the same time and it just all slackened off. Clutch is still working. Very rare. I was having way too much fun there on this gravel track. I missed my footpath. I'm going to take a decision. I'm not going to do the Southern Uplands Way footpath over there to Dry Hope. I'm going to follow this track down to the road and then loop back on, I think, because this has taken way longer than I thought it was going to. It's been so much harder, but I don't really fancy slogging along the wet footpath. So I'll just belt down to the road, pop along, and then meet Dry Hope from a different angle. Oh, that bit though, so good. Such a good descent here from the top. Oh, loved it. Right, I think I've got a fly in my eye. But we're at St Mary's Loch. Here we go. It's the largest natural loch in the Scottish borders. 5 kilometres long and 1 kilometre wide. It's created by glaciation. There we go, in the Ice Age. It's named after a small church that was once on the northern shore, but I'm not sure it's still there actually. Right, we didn't go to Dry Hope Tower. That's over there somewhere, the old Peel Tower. I just didn't feel like going up there, so if you want to see it, you'll just have to come and do the ride, won't you? Right, we're nearly there. 5 or so K to go up the side of this loch and then we're back at the start. I am looking forward to a coffee. I hope that cafe's open.
I keep screaming, shouting, but no one hears the sound, 'cause I'm trapped inside the mind of a dreamer, dreaming. mistakes, regret choices that I've made. I'll never cry out for help.
And we're done back at James Hogg at the end. Oh, stats on the screen below. Attacked by flies. What a ride. Actually way more rideable than I thought it was, but not to be underestimated. It is tough. Like going over the hill into each of the valleys is a slog, definitely, but it can be ridden, can be done. I would probably recommend a mountain bike, even though some of the road sections were awesome on the gravel bike because you just go nice and fast. I think descending back into the Yarrow Valley here, that was probably the highlight, I think, coming off from the transmitter. Maybe that's because I was pushing for so long. It just felt nice not to be pushing. But I think it was a good descent. I think objectively it was good. What more can I say? Don't underestimate it. It's a tough day. Like, it's only 46k or something, stats on the screen below. But yeah, it took ages. I mean, moving time versus total time. Bearing in mind I also faff with drones and stuff. Good old Frank. Still took way longer than I thought it should. So, here we are, glad I'm done. It is rammed here at this car park at St Mary's Lock. So if you are coming here, make sure you get here early. I'm off to go and find a coffee, I think. If you want to buy me a coffee, then follow my Linktree link below. That takes you to all the socials and all the merch stores, buy me the coffee store and everything. Just follow that link, that'll take you there. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Let's get to 1,000 subscribers, and I will see you hopefully on a sunnier ride next time. Thanks for watching, everyone.